welcome to the special online edition of Carte Blanche's COVID-19 Q&A, where we ask health experts some of your burning questions surrounding the coronavirus pandemic. I am Masa Kegana. Remember to click on the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Now, I'm very excited because today we're focusing on how everyone can play their part in helping flatten the curve.
Because we realized that the medical professionals were scared. And we said, now we're going to have a major problem. More than the virus, what happens if medical professionals are afraid to see patients? And those patients may not necessarily be COVID-19 patients. They have heart disease, they have TB, they have kidney disease, they have cancer, they have diabetes, things that have to be managed. So you're now going to have an additional burden of people getting more complicated, but more burden on the health services, more affected people, which are again going to affect the country in terms of economics and labor and all those kind of things.
You also started getting a lot of requests, as you're saying, from a lot of doctors. What are some of the things that they were asking for? What are some of the products that they were asking for, or even advice to be able to deal with a pandemic of this magnitude?
At the moment we make announcements, the messages come pouring in. And then suddenly all the medical professionals, the hospitals, superintendents, the managers said, look, first thing again, we need N95, we need latex gloves, we need coveralls, we need the head covering, the shoe covering, we need hand sanitizer. Oops, the request for hand sanitizer has been huge in the country. Everybody wants that. Yeah, we want hand sanitizer. And then, of course, the request for ventilators. And I said, we're not at the ventilator stage yet. First, let's protect the medical professionals, try to avert those who are, to spread the disease. And then, of course, the next thing that came from the hospitals is, especially the big ones, Hani Baragwana, Alan Joseph, Rahima Musa were the first three, and now also from Northern Hospital in Durban, Sibokeng Hospital calling, and a few others saying we need tents. We want to triage, we want to make sure that nobody gets into the hospital. We don't know who is sick and what will happen inside the hospital if the sick patients go inside. We want to sort them out outside the hospital before they go inside to make sure they find and don't spread the infection. So that was another big requirement in addition to the personnel, and we've already put 17 tents in different hospitals as a start, and requests are still growing.
Could we nip it in the bud, or could things get worse?
The way we're going, I'm optimistic that we can nip it in the bud, as long as we follow the rules. For 14 days, let me put it another way. If we don't follow the rules, we're going to destroy our health system and our economy.
Now, another organization that is doing amazing work and has come on board to support health workers is Back a Buddy. Gift of the Givers, as well with Vula, have set up a Back a Buddy campaign to support medical staff on the front lines to help them buy equipment and supplies for much needed containing and treating of those who have coronavirus. Here to tell us a little bit more about this is Justine Josias-Bergens. Thank you so much for your time, Justine. Please tell us, have you seen a surge in campaigns across the country at this particular time?
Hi, Masa. Most definitely, we've seen South Africa really just come together during this time, especially with campaigns from the doctors out of their personal capacity, as well as everyday human beings just wanting to help the next person.
I find it so interesting, Justine, because what does this actually tell us about humanity? Are we seeing some sort of a silver lining, would you say?
Most definitely. Just from the Gift of the Givers campaign alone, we have seen over R1 million raised in less than 2 weeks. So that is incredible. It is people that are giving 50 rand to 200 rand up to 300,000 rand just out of the goodness out of their hearts. So people understand how serious this is, but that South Africa needs help.
And tell me, Justine, what is the BackaBuddy involvement in the drive to support frontline health workers during the pandemic?
So we are a crowdfunding platform assisting everyday people to create campaigns that they are passionate about. And one of the campaigns is the gift of the givers, but also everyday people that just feel like they want to assist or want to help financially. So we create the campaigns for you and give you a link, and the link you can send to your friends and family. But it is so easy. It's free of charge. But most of all, that you're getting a message out. You're given an opportunity to help when you thought that you couldn't help.
Thank you so much, Justine, and keep up the good work. And with that being said, we have a few supporters who have some words to share about helping out during this time.
While other people are out there physically fighting the pandemic, what am I doing as an individual? So I thought a small donation on my part is the least that I could do. So I decided I'm going to donate a small amount with the hope that it would add to whatever other people have donated and will actually help to source equipment and support the doctors and all the medical staff. The virus doesn't move. It only moves when we move. If we don't move, the virus will not move, and we will therefore win this battle. So the message is clear. Let's listen to the government and let us stay at home.
To this project of BackaBuddy, because I feel very strongly that we need to do as much as we can to help the people who are having a very difficult time and who will be on the front lines of the fight against this terrible virus. We are in a lockdown period, and I feel like I can't do very much else, so this is my small contribution towards it.
Now, another person who has stepped up to the plate majorly so is Dr. Shoni Mabaso, who is our doctor on call on the helpline that you see on screen, who is also on our call right now, and she's going to outline some of the reasons this line was set up for us. Dr. Mabaso, thank you very much for joining us. Why was this line set up?
Thank you very much for having me on the call. Doctors on Call is an initiative that's led by the doctors, that was set up by the doctors to help flatten the curve. How do we do that? We've set up a helpline. 400 doctors have volunteered their skills, their time, and their knowledge to provide free telephonic consultations to anxious South Africans who might think that they have COVID-19 related symptoms. Those South Africans can phone the number that you see on the screen from Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. and they'll be able to talk to a qualified doctor who has been trained on the NICD guidelines to give them credible advice.
Dr. Mabaso, you as healthcare workers are already doing so much. Over and above that, you have to take our phone calls and alleviate our anxieties and our fears. What does that feel like?
So I think as doctors, we all agree that it's our chance to be able to give back. And I think it's great to be able to know that we're doing something to relieve the pressure on our front healthcare workers. So when you phone this line, you have a doctor on the other side who will talk to you around symptoms related to COVID-19. They will go through a standard questionnaire with you and be able to rate you on whether you are a low risk, medium risk, or high risk person for COVID-19, and be able to direct you to different places, either to go for clinic or a clinic for testing, or to be able to go to hospital. In this way, we're helping people stay at home and help our healthcare workers not be overburdened at the hospitals.
So can we also use this helpline to call you doctors to just get emotional support?
Yes, absolutely. This is a very difficult time for everyone. Most people are worried about the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people are worried about the economic implications of the pandemic and implications for their families. Some people have pre-existing conditions and pre-existing psychological conditions, which might be exacerbated by isolation and quarantine. So as much as our line deals with COVID-related 19 issues, we are also mindful that there's other things at play. And therefore, having a doctor on the other side of the line to reassure you at this very difficult time is something that a lot of people find useful. And we are a credible resource. We give advice that is very backed by scientific data. And for some people, just being able to talk to a doctor makes a world of difference to them.
And just in closing, Dr. Mabaso, if you had to give a word to South Africa right now, based on the experience from the calls you've been getting, what would you say?
I would say please stay at home. We have seen that isolation and social distancing plays a major part in ensuring that the pandemic curve is flattened. So stay at home, do your part. If you have questions, if you have worries, call us on the number that you see on the screen.
Thank you very much. You're doing very stellar work, and we applaud and appreciate you. A big welcome to Dr. Stan Mulwabi from the Government Employees Medical Scheme, which is one of the sponsors of the COVID-19 helpline you see on your screens. Now, Dr. Mulwabi, it can be frustrating to feel that all you can do is stay at home and that isolation is a big enough contribution. But Doctor, could you please tell us, what can the average South African do to make a difference during this pandemic?
Marcel, thanks a lot for the opportunity to really just share with South Africans what we can do while we are at home. But already we have a group of doctors who have decided that they will help in one way or the other. And we have joined hands with them as the Government Employees Medical Aid to try and facilitate this very noble work that they are doing. And they have availed their services for free. And I think anybody who's got some sort of a skill or who's got any form of contribution that they can make to the South African community, I think we should call upon them to do so. But I think when you look at COVID-19 as a pandemic, the government has taken the lead. My first inclination would be that we should look at what the government is doing, and anybody who has got anything to contribute in monetary terms, if you don't know where to go, I think we should look to a program that has been set up by the government, which is the Solidarity Fund. Just don't respond to a social media message that says there's an account that you must pay into. And, the doctors who are really in contact with the patient out there have been really, really pleading to those who don't do any essential services to stay at home. And I think that message, that we have the lockdown is the first main event that government came up with to ensure that we flatten the curve. And if we don't do that, I think we are going to be in real trouble. So yes, the message is stay at home until the president's directs.
Dr. Mulwabi, thank you so much for your time. It's been really, really helpful. All the best to you and your colleagues.
Thank you very much, Masan, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you.
That's it for today's episode. We hope you found it helpful. If you have a burning question, you can post it in our comments below, and we'll see if it's something that we can cover in the upcoming edition. So don't forget to subscribe below, and we'll see you on the next one. Once again, a very big thank you to Justine Josias-Bergens, and as well as to Dr. Mabaso for giving up your time. I know how much you are all so busy. And to South Africa, stay safe and stay home.